With the pleasant morning wishes, we warmly welcome you all to the 21st November episode of Civilspedia's Daily Current Affairs analysis brought to you by Shankar AS Academy. And the quote for the day is, "The best way to predict the future is to create it," by Peter Drucker. And we also kindly request to you all to ensure your subscription to the Shankar AS Academy YouTube channel, because every subscription to the channel means a lot to us. And don't forget to click the bell icon for receiving the prompt notification. And here are the list of topics taken for discussion. And the first topic is about the transposon associated protein, which is being recently indigenously made to involve in the gene editing process. And the second topic is about the NITI Aayog's recent report on water budget as well as the water security. And the third topic is about the dolphin-assisted cast net fishing, which is a mutually benefited scheme for both the human and animal. And the fourth topic is about the International Solar Alliance and its contribution to the small island developing states. And the fifth topic is about the Prelims Focus, where we discuss about the important current affairs which are relevant for our UPSC Prelims. The newly developed gene editing technology by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research will aid a cheaper and affordable version of commercial gene editing with respect to the crop breeding. And with this news article from the Indian Express, we will get to know more about the protein which played a significant role in this gene editing technology. And the news is that the Indian scientists at the Indian Council of Agriculture Research and the Central Rice Research Institute of Cuttack have developed a new indigenous genome editing technology using the protein known as TnpB, or the transposon associated proteins. And what is this transposon associated protein or the gene editing technology is of? It uses this protein as a compact molecular scissors and for targeted DNA cutting. So with respect to the UPSC preparation, we need to focus more over this topic, because we have frequently come across such questions in the UPSC prelims with respect to this molecular scissor as well as DNA, RNA, etc. So please note that. And the primary function of this protein will be like the CRISP or CAS, which is also an UPSC previous year question. So kindly note that. It is also a type of molecular scissor, but it got differentiated from this type of protein, which is the smaller version, that is the transposon associated protein will be much smaller in size with respect to the CRISP or Cas, which is around 400 to 500 amino acids, and the prototype will be around 408 amino acids from the Deinococcus radiodurans, and it will be very easier to deliver into plant cells using viral vectors. So this can be easily introduced into the plant cells for gene editing, and there will be no complex tissue culture steps involved in this process of gene editing. And it will enable this process of using this compact molecular scissors of this transposon associated proteins will enable the gene editing into a precise one, and also it will be free from the foreign DNA introduction into the gene editing technology, and it is classified as gene editing, not the genetically modified or gene modification. And why it has been seen as an alternative to this CRISP or Cas9 and CAS12A, which are all the molecular scissors used for gene editing technologies, are controlled. These two molecular scissors technologies are controlled by the broad institutes such as the MIT Harvard and the Corteva AgriScience. And the commercial cultivation of this gene edited crops using this technology of molecular scissors may require licensing fee, which is using the foreign version or the foreign technology involves the licensing fee, which acts as a barrier for India and small farmers, which costs dear for the introduction of gene editing crops into their field. And what are the advantages of this newly developed indigenous technology, which is of indigenous in nature and avoids the foreign intellectual property restrictions and also the barrier of licensing fee from this gene editing technology, and the compactness with this molecular editing will improve the efficiency and also the easy transfer to the gene editing process, and the low cost associated with this technology, which supports the scalable gene editing crop breeding, and it can be also introduced in other various crops for enhancing the crop cultivation as well as the surplus outcome of the agriculture yield, and strengthens the India's agricultural biotechnology self-reliance. And we also has to note about the differentiation between the gene editing as well as genetic modification. The gene editing or the genome editing consist or the will be the editing or the edit of existing genes in an organism is known as the gene editing. In case of genetic modification, it introduces a foreign gene or an alternative DNA into a organism. So this is the basic definition or the distinction between the gene editing and the genetic modification. And in the genome editing, there will be no transgene insertion. It will be the basic organism which got slightly modified or which got enhanced through this molecular scissor or the protein, and in the genetic modification, there will be introduction of transgene or the genes from other organism will got introduced into this organism to make it a transgenic technology. And the lower regulatory burden in India with respect to this genome editing is prevailing with respect to the 2022 guidelines, relaxes the genome editing of phase 1 and genome editing of phase 2, and this genetic modification is highly regulated and heavily monitored under the Indian point of view. And what are the significance associated with this introduction of this new technology, which supports the food security of the Indian environment and also produces climate resilient crop breeding, and it also reduces the dependence on multinational technology firms, which got earlier discussed in the previous slides, which involves various licensing fee as well as the technological transfer and the intellectual property rights. And it also enables the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative or the vision of India towards the self-reliance India in the agricultural biotechnology. Moving to the prelims practice question, the question is with reference to India's new genome editing technology using this transposon associated proteins. Consider the following statement. The first statement: transposon associated proteins used for genome editing are significantly smaller than CRISPR Cas9 and Cas12a proteins. Second statement: genome editing using transposon associated proteins necessarily involves insertion of foreign DNA into the plant genome. Which of the statements given above is are correct? So in this question they have asked about the correct statement, and with respect to the first statement it was correct because this transposon associated protein will be very significant and an effective molecular genome editing tool comparatively to the CRISPR Cas9 and Cas12a proteins. And the second statement was incorrect because it doesn't involves the insertion of foreign DNA and into the plant genome. So the second statement was incorrect. The answer will be option A, one only. Yes. And that is an UPSC previous year question which was asked in the year of 2019, and the question is, what is CIS9 protein that is often mentioned in the news? Option A, a molecular scissor used in the targeted genome editing. Option B, a biosensor used in the accurate detection of pathogens in the patients. And option C, a gene that makes plant pest resistant. Option D, a herbicidal substance synthesized in genetically modified crops. So the answer will be option A. This is a specific type of molecular scissor used in the targeted genome editing, and there may be a probability of asking the recently viewed protein known as the transposon associated protein in our further 2026 UPSC prelims. So please note that. Yes, the answer is option A. With this we move to the next topic. NITI Aayog has recently released a report on water budgeting in aspirational blocks to enhance the local water security. So with this news article from the Press Information Bureau, we will be discussing in detail about the NITI Aayog's report and its key findings as well as the recommendation from the UPSC point of view. So the NITI Aayog's recently released report, Water Budgeting in the Aspirational Blocks of 2025, will primarily aim to improve the local water security or to enhance the water security to the local level, and also have a proper resource planning and the sustainable water management in line with the India's vision of Viksit Bharat at 2047. So the other thing we need to note from here is the Aspirational Blocks program, which was introduced by the NITI Aayog or launched by the NITI Aayog in the year of 2023, and it has been inspired by the other program of NITI Aayog known as the Aspirational Districts program. So please note that. And the other thing that the Aspirational Blocks program will focus more over the socio-economic lagging, so the backwardness in the socio-economic sectors with respect to the block level will be the focus of this Aspirational Blocks program in India. And what is water budgeting in definition? The water budgeting is the process of assessing a region's available water supply against its demand to create a plan for water management. So basically, budget will assess both the supply side as well as the demand side. So in this water budgeting, it will assess the water supply as well as water demand to create a better water management. So with the water supply side, it will be of like surface water and rainfall runoff, etc. And what will be the demand side? It will be the consumption side of human consumption or household consumption or livestock, or it will be of industries or agriculture will be the demand side. So basically, to assess this both the side will create a better water management strategy. And what are the coverages of this report? It will cover the 18 aspirational districts of India, which spread across the 11 states and covering 8 agroclimatic zones, which reflects the diversity in the water availability of that region as well as the challenges associated with the water management. And this has to be very importantly noted that the Varuni will be the web-based water budgeting tool which got developed for the block level planning. So please note that it will be very important for our UPSC prelims that there may be a possibility of asking questions related to which of the following is a web-based platform for water budgeting tool which got developed for the block level planning. It is known as Varuni. So it integrates the field level data with respect to the 18 aspirational districts as well as the 8 agroclimatic zones, and it also has the input from the various inputs from various resources such as hydrogeological inputs, and the water supply demand calculation also has to be integrated under this portal. And it also supports the data driven management for the water management in India and localized water security planning. And what is the key findings that elucidate in this report? That the water availability varies significantly across the aspirational blocks of India, and several blocks in India are facing a critical supply demand imbalance. So there is a stark imbalance in the supply side as well as the demand side in several blocks of Indian region, and need for a customized block level water strategies. And what are the recommendations that has been provided under this NITI Aayog recently released water budgeting report? To promote the efficient irrigation method, including the micro irrigation. It can also be included the drip irrigation and scheduling irrigation, etc. And to strengthen the drinking water sustainability and source protection, and to enhance the community participation and awareness in the ensuring of water security at the block level, and to converge various programs under Jal Jeevan Mission. This program of aspirational districts focus more over the Jal Jeevan Mission, MG Narega as well as the PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana also has to be integrated with this block level management with respect to water budgeting. And moving to the prelims practice question, the question is with reference to the water budgeting in the aspirational blocks initiative recently released by NITI Aayog. Which of the following statement is or correct? So the first statement, the water budgeting exercise use the Varuni platform to integrate demand supply assessment at the block level. Second statement, the report covers aspirational blocks located only in drought prone zone or drought prone district. Select the correct answer. So in this question they have asked about the correct answer. The first statement was correct because the platform or the portal which got used under this water budgeting exercise to the block level was Varuni to assess the demand and supply side of water. And the second statement was incorrect because it is not covering only the aspirational blocks which got located only in the drought prone districts. It got the diversified or the multi-level of aspirational blocks or agroclimatic zones which got involved in this calculation of this water budgeting. So the second statement was incorrect. The answer will be option A, one only. Yes. With this, we move to the next topic. What is dolphin-assisted cast-net fishing in Kerala, which researchers want to study? With this news article from the Indian Express, we will get to know more about what is cast-net fishing and how dolphins are assisting in this catch, and also about the specific type of dolphin involved in this assistance. And what is this dolphin-assisted cast-net fishing is of? It has been first observed in the Astamudi Lake of Kollam district in Kerala, and it has been first scientifically documented in the year of 2012 by the researchers of the University of Kerala. And the traditional fishers will coordinate their cast net timing with the movement of the humpback dolphin. So we need to be note that the dolphins which specifically assisting the fishers to catch a large amount of fish to the fishermen or the humpback dolphins. And here we can see in this image that the fisherman is trying to capture the large amount of fish using the cast net. And how this system works, the dolphin will chase the mullets, which is a specific type of fish, towards the shore using the zigzag movement and fish tossing method, and the fishermen will cast their net in synchronizing with the dolphin's cues, which is a non-vocal communication made by the dolphins to improve the catch efficiency and also beneficial for both the humans or the fishermen as well as the dolphins. And this is a rare example of human wildlife cooperative foraging. So this will be very important for our UPSC environment preparation, that it is mutually benefiting both the human as well as animal. And it also has been reported in various regions of the world, such as in Brazil, specific to the region of Laguna, and also the region of Myanmar. The dolphins will signal the fishers when to cast their net. So based on the signals from the dolphin, the fisherman will cast their net to catch a large amount of fishes. And the new research collaboration will be a major international project titled under the ecology and evolution of cultural and cooperative behavior among the dolphin and humans. So this will be a comprehensive study for the study of both the dolphin and human behavior with respect to the catching, and has been launched by the Oregon State University, which will be the global coordinator for this study, and also the Universidade Federal de Santa Catarina will be based on Brazil, will be the coordinators of this, or under which the study has been conducted. And what was the project timeline? It will got extended till the year of 2028, and the method used for this study or research purpose will be a non-invasive method, which is very important. And this non-invasive method involves taking photographs and the documentation of the videographs, and also observation about the behavioral change and behavioral pattern of this humpbacked dolphins, and also the interviews taken around the region which the cast net fishing will be assisted through these humpbacked dolphins, and also on the fishermen who are involving in this process. And the dolphins which is specifically involving in the assisting the cast net fishing is the Indian Ocean humpback dolphin, which is Sosa plumbea, which will found on the shallow waters, which will be 20 meters of high shallow, and estuaries from the East African region. Its extent will be around East African region to the Southeast Asian region. So it will also be very important, and it can be commonly found along the Kerala coast, frequently seen in Astamudi Lake region. So it will be of very importance to our UPSC preparation, and we also has to take note about the Astamudi Lake specifically. And the IUCN status, it got categorized under the endangered category, so it will also be important. And the legal protection, it got under the India's Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, it got listed under the Schedule 1. And what is the main prey of this Indian Ocean humpback dolphin? It is mullet, which is a specific type of fish which is abundantly found in the Astamudi Lake. So the dolphins are using this method and assist the fishes in capturing a large amount of fish. And what are the primary threats to this species is the coastal development activities and the entanglement in the casting net or the other nets used by the other fishermen. And also the major reason is the pollution from the noise as well as the chemicals which got confluence in that estuaries, and also the motorboat disturbance, which will be of primary threat to this species. And with respect to the Astamudi Lake, it has been located in the Kerala, which is a part of Kerala's backwaters. Apart from the Vemunad Lake, it will be also a part of backwaters of Kerala, which is also a Ramsar site which got enlisted in the year of 2002, and it will be open into the Arabian Sea via the estuary, which is ideal habitat for the Indian Ocean humpback dolphins. Moving to the prelims practice question, the question is, in the context of recent scientific studies, the practice of dolphin-assisted cast net fishing is primarily associated with which of the following species? So this can be reflected in our UPSC prelims. So please note that what is the type of dolphin which got involved in this dolphin-assisted cast net fishing. The option 1 or the option A will be Irrawaddy dolphin. Option B will be Indian Ocean humpback dolphin. Option C, Gangetic dolphin. Option D, Pantropical spotted dolphin. And the answer will be option B or option 2, Indian Ocean humpback dolphins. Yes. With this, we move to the next topic. Recently, India has called out for an united global action on energy security, specifically for the small island developing states, at the International Solar Alliance leadership session held on the sidelines of Conference of Party 30 meeting at the Belém of Brazil. So with this news article from the Press Information Bureau, we will be discussing more about the united global action on energy security and about the relevance to the small islands developing states as well as the International Solar Alliance from the UPSC Mains point of view. And what was in the news, that at the Conference of Party 30 meeting at the Belém of Brazil, that the International Solar Alliance has hosted a high-level ministerial leadership session of the Small Islands Developing States platform. And the theme will be Uniting Islands, Inspiring Actions and Leadership for Energy Security. And why this energy security matters the most for the small island developing states, that this area or this region will face us unique vulnerabilities such as heavy dependence on the imported fossil fuels which cause their and the fragile infrastructure which may not be available of various resources, and the small power generation facilities will also make the region more vulnerable, and the high exposure to climate induced disruptions, as we discussed in the earlier video, that this small island developing nations or the small island developing states are more vulnerable to the climate change events and the climate induced disruptions such as storms, sea level rise and typhoons, etc. And the energy costs in this region are among the highest, so which places a vital role in the budget of the region and which constrain the development of the region too. And what are the key interventions that need for the elevation of this region? India's renewable energies achievement played a vital role. It has crossed around 500 gigawatts of electricity, total installed electricity capacity, and we have phased out the 50% of non-fossil usage which has been achieved in the 5 years, which is ahead of the 5 years target of nationally determined contribution. And about the global rank that the India possesses, it will be the fourth rank with respect to the renewable energy capacity, and has the third rank with respect to the solar power generation, or the solar power installed capacity. And with respect to the solar as a social transformation, that will be the focus of India towards the small island developing states. The focus over the schemes such as rooftop solar or the PM Surya Ghar Yojana, which focuses over the 20 lakhs household. Over 20 lakh household need to be installed the rooftop solar system for efficient power generation using the solar panels and the mini power plant on every roof. So it will be the theme of this rooftop solar plan or the PM Surya Ghar. And the solar for agriculture will be done through the solar pumps, or the provision of solar pumps and solarized feeders, which cut the dependence over the fossil fuels such as diesel, and improving the reliability and dignity for the farmers who depends more on the self-reliance and not on the fossil fuels. And the remote area electrification program such as the Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Adivasi Nyaya Maha Abhiyan, which was recently discussed in our previous video. This will focus more over the particularly vulnerable tribal villages of the forest region, and it will be a saturated scheme to deliver various sustainable programs to, or the various services to the particularly vulnerable tribal groups of India. And it will focus more over the bringing electricity to the remote tribal villages and even to the forest regions. And with respect to the India solar model relevant to the small island developing states, which contains that we have discussed, the PM Surya Ghar will be a prominent scheme which installs rooftop solar as a decentralized program and creates a power system over every houses, and it will be also installed at a very low cost. And the solar powered agriculture for rural self-reliance is also very important, that the solar pumps will make the farmers self-reliant with respect to the agricultural production. And the large scale battery large solar battery, which is hybrid project under the example Ladakh has been installed, or usage of this large solar battery when the solar power was inadequate, or the solar energy was not up to the optimum level. We can use this type of hybrid projects to make the solar power more viable and to use it more efficiently. And the digital plus financial ecosystems through the International Solar Alliance, such as the standardized procurement will has to be provided under this program, and the blended finance has to be made out, and the skilling and capacity building activities need to be taken care of under this International Solar Alliance platform. And what are the role of International Solar Alliance with respect to the small island developing states? This International Solar Alliance will be now included with the member over 124 member countries has been a partner of this scheme, and it will be called as the global solar family. So it will be very important, and this small island developing states will use this platform which aims to reduce the dependence on the fossil fuels and to support the solar power project preparation and the financing mechanism, and to build local workforce with respect to the production of the solar power panels, and to enable resilient, clean, affordable electricity system for all the small island developing states. And what are the significance for India's foreign policy and climate diplomacy? India has strengthened the India's role. It has strengthened the India's role in the South-South cooperation, and also enhances the India's image as a climate responsible global power. So we can easily quote this as an far more example, or the diplomatic example in the India's foreign policy with respect to the International Solar Alliance, as well as the other regions with respect to energy security, and it aligns with the life vision on principles of climate justice and equity, and it also also boosts India's geopolitical presence in the Indian Ocean region. So by making the small island developing states to inclusive into the solar power system, or this small international solar alliance will make the region geopolitical presence for India and also in the region such as Pacific region. And what are the challenges which got acknowledged under this program? That the financing gaps of the for this small island developing states will has to be addressed, and the need for institutional capacity and skilled workforce will be the need of the hour, and highest cost high cost for logistics, that the movement of this solar panels or the establishment of this power system will be cost dear, and also the small market size with respect to the small island developing states will make the barrier for the establishment of this scheme to the global level, and need to integrate the small island developing states into global supply chains for renewables. And what are the way forwards that need to be taken into account, or the expand of concessional solar financing for the small island developing states, and to support the feasibility studies for the island specific solar storage, and the digital public infrastructure for energy management, and to strengthen the climate resilient infrastructure, which will be very important for small island developing states, and develop a local manufacturing hub in every small island developing states in partnership with the these nations, and to enhance the climate finance which access through the multilateral banks. So we can access very multilateral financing agency for climate finance access. And moving to the mains practice question, the question is: small island developing states face a unique combination of energy insecurity and climate vulnerability. Discuss how India's initiative under the International Solar Alliance can support small island developing states in achieving climate resilience and energy independence. So this will be a 15 more question. We need to address it within 250 words. So please take this question and post your answers in the comment section given below. We will evaluate and give the reply answers or the feedback in the comment section itself. So with this, we move to the next topic. And the first topic for today's Prelims Focus is National Workshop on Project Mausam. So this Project Mausam is a multifaceted cultural project by the Ministry of Culture and the Archaeological Survey of India to explore and re-establish the long lost maritime link across the Indian Ocean region. And this has been implemented by the Indira Gandhi National Center for Arts, as well as the support from the Archaeological Survey of India and National Museum. So this has to be noted for our UPSC Prelims point of view. And the recently held national workshop will be under the title Islands at the Crossroads of Maritime Networks within the Indian Ocean region, and it has been held at Humayun's Tomb, which is a World Heritage Site Museum. This has to also be noted, and it has been hosted by the Archaeological Survey of India, and conducting such a national workshop on the Project Mausam will be aimed to bring together the superintending archaeologists and the regional directors from the Archaeological Survey of India's coastal circle for fostering a national-wide collaborative framework. And the second topic is about the GI tag, which has been recently provided to the Ambaji Marble. This marble is from the Ambaji region of Gujarat, which is prominent pilgrimage site as well as the Shaktipith, which has been awarded this GI tag for its high quality white stones, and it also has been recognized as the natural project under the Geographical Indication Registry, and the tag name will be Ambaji Marbles Quarry and Factory Association in the Banaskantha district. And this marble, this Ambaji marble, has been used in the construction of famous temple Ambaji temple, and it also has been used in the construction of newly constructed Indian Parliament, and it has been recognized for its pure white marbles, which has been sourced from the sacred land of Ambaji. And the whiteness of this marble will be range from 95.8% to 96.3%, which is very high in whiteness range. And because of this whiteness, this marble, this Ambaji marble, absorbs more heat and remains more cooler than other marbles, and it is also relatively harder than comparing to other varieties of marble. So these are all the peculiar features of this Ambaji marbles, and this will be more translucent and more glossy when polished. So these are all the physical features, and the marble's grain particles are closely and tightly packed, which is also a peculiar feature with related to this marble. So this has to be noted, and we can expect a question related to this in the UPSC prelims. And the temples, which is the Ambaji Marble's mine, has dated back to 1200 to 1500 years, around the time that the Dilwara Jain temple of in the Mount Abu, which is in the Aravalli ranges, was also being constructed. And the temple construction, which has also been using this Ambaji marbles for construction on abroad region, including the cities such as Miami, Los Angeles, Boston, and it also has the temple construction which has been used in the New Zealand and England region. And the main composition of this Ambaji marble contains silicon oxide and calcium oxide. It also has the minor composition of magnesium oxide as well as aluminum oxide, but the major composite or the compound which is present in this Ambaji marble are calcium oxide. And the next topic is about the 175th year of Geological Survey of India. It has been established in the year of 1851, and the nodal ministry under which this Geological Survey of India is functioning is the Ministry of Mines. So this will be very important, and the major achievements and the contribution of the Geological Survey of India is that it played a functional role in geological mapping, mineral exploration. It helps in the identification of critical and strategic minerals, and it also involved in the geohazard studies and the advanced geoscientific research for the national development. So it contributes more to the nations through the study and the research it has made. And coming to the prelims practice question, the question is, consider the following statement about Ambaji white marbles. It is, first statement, it is mined in Banaskantha district of Gujarat. The second statement, it has a very high whiteness level, over 95%. And the third statement, it was recently granted a geographical indication tag. Which of the above statements are correct? And the correct statement, first statement is correct, and the second statement is also correct, because the whiteness level ranges from 95.8% to 96.3%. So it will be very peculiar to this marble. So the second statement also correct, and the third statement is also correct, and the answer will be option D, all the three. Yes. With this, we came to the conclusion of this episode. And hope you guys like the video. Please share your positive comments and suggestions in the comment section given below, and share the video to your friends. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon for receiving on-time notification. Thank you for watching us. Have a good day.